second installment of my Project 150 series that I am doing leading up to my first race of this season. I'm going to be doing 5 videos where I'm talking about different running related topics. In my first video, which I will link here right now, I spoke about my background before coming into racing, and I also explained how I set up my own training plan and coach myself, so go check that out if you haven't already seen it. Today I'm gonna be talking about gear, and I'm very excited to do this video. But before we get started, I have to say a couple of things. Please don't kill me for recording with air conditioning on. I'm not sure if you can hear it or not, but if you can, it is 42 degrees Celsius in Marbella today, and I'm just sweating, so I need to leave it on for now. The second thing is that my dog is very active and she's chewing and she's running around, so if you can see her or hear her, I'm sorry about that. I'm not gonna lock her in the room, so I wanted to say something else. Third, I'm recording without a viewfinder for the first time, and I'm hoping that the quality is better, but if I am out of focus or anything like that, please forgive me. I'm doing my best. As you can see, I've dressed up my serious corner for you this time, so yeah, fingers crossed. I have a lot to talk about here, so I think we're just gonna get started. I hope you enjoy this video. I'm making this because I really enjoy watching these kinds of videos, and I hope that you get inspired. Maybe you see something that you want for yourself, and I will try to find everything online, and I will link it in the description down below, so you can go check it out if you are interested. Also, feel free to ask any questions you may have. And the most natural place to start is running shoes. I have 2 different colors, but they are the same model. This is the Saucony Kinvara 7. It's my favorite running shoe. Now, this is a neutral running shoe. It has a 4mm heel to toe drop. It is quite flexible, however, it still has quite a lot of cushioning. And this is a shoe that I think is perfect for the half marathon distance, just because of all of those things. It's not going to be very responsive because it is quite flexible. However, the cushioning is still good enough for the distance. Why this shoe is perfect for me is, number one, because it has quite a stiff heel, and I need that in order to keep my heel in check. It tends to wiggle around a little bit. And the next thing would be that it has quite good support for my arch, even though I still run with insoles. I'll show you those in a second. It's not the most beautiful shoe in the world, I do agree with that, but in the long run, pun intended, it's more important to have a shoe that supports your foot rather than a shoe that looks fancy. I can promise you that no serious runner would be caught dead running in a fashion sneaker. We are into making the most of the shoes that support us when we run. So we have a saying that goes something like, the more uglier the shoe, the uglier the shoe, the more serious the runner. So just make the most of it and you'll be fine. I think they're okay. I just changed the color of the laces. They came blue. I just changed them to pink, and now I like them a lot more. Moving on, I have a phone pocket for my arm. This is from Puma, and this one is brand new, but I've had the same one in a different color for at least a couple of years now. The quality is very good, but the biggest selling point for me is that it actually fits my arm. It's very hard to find phone pockets and other things. It's a common theme in this video, you will notice. It's difficult for me to find gear that fits me because I'm very small, and this one fits not only around my arm and it sits there securely while I run, but it also fits my Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, which is quite a large phone. So I'm very happy with this one, and I did get the blue one this time to match my running shoes. So yeah, I do really recommend this one if you have a smaller arm like me. I have compression socks that I want to talk about. This is actually compression calf sleeves, not socks, and I prefer the calf sleeves rather than the socks. This is very good for those long runs or the very tough runs or the runs that you do going into it with legs that already feel fatigued. They help your legs feel fresher for longer, and they help keep toxins out of your legs, so You will feel better with these on. Some people use them during recovery as well, meaning they don't run in them, but they use them afterwards. I have tried that, but I don't feel like it did much for me, so I just run in them, especially on my long runs. And they should be extremely tight, like you should struggle to get them on. I think most of the arm strength that I have comes from trying to pull this on my legs myself without any help is extremely difficult, but that's when they actually work, so keep that in mind. Don't try them in the store because you'll struggle and you'll sweat and it will be embarrassing. They usually have measurements, so get the one that you think will fit, and if it's slightly too small, that's probably good. Moving on to belts, I have two belts that I'm gonna talk about. Both of them are from Adidas, and the reason for that is because Adidas have sizes that fit me a little bit better than Nike and some other brands, and they are easily accessible to me, and they have very good quality for the price, in my opinion. This is the first one. It is a very simple one. It just has a very small pocket in the front. I used to be able to put my phone in here, but now that I have the S8 Plus, it doesn't fit anymore. However, I still use it for keys, I use it for money, I use it for ID when I go on the long runs, I use it for gels and nutrition when I go on the long runs. I used to have some bottles which I could connect to it as well, but now I have a different belt with bottles on, which I'm going to show you next. And that is this one. This is also from Adidas, and this is quite new. I've run with it a couple of times already, and I do really like it. However, it is still way too large for me because it fits very well around my hips, but I don't like to have it on my hips. I would rather have it in my waist. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go have this taken in by the lady who takes in my clothes. I'm gonna ask her anyway if she can take it in a little bit so that it will fit me better. So this one is very convenient because it has the bottles in the front or in the back, or however you want to look at it. It has 3 bottles. You don't necessarily have to use all of them if you don't want to. Easy to take out and in. I think they are 170 milliliters. Yeah, 170 milliliters each. And on the other side, it has a pocket, and this pocket does fit my phone. It also fits money, keys, and ID and gels. So I have everything that I need for my long runs in this, and I'm very excited to get much use of it now that my runs are getting longer. Yeah, I'm very happy with this. I think the quality is amazing, and I think I paid like 20 euros for it. Next up is my sunglasses, and these are from Oakley. They are the Radar Lock Prism. They are for road running, and they are definitely the most expensive pair of sunglasses I have. And don't get me wrong, I love them, but they are not beautiful on me, in my opinion. I'm gonna show you. So this is what they look like. The world looks so purple through these glasses, and purple is my favorite color, so I'm not against that. But they are amazing sunglasses. I do love them. They feel very comfortable on. I usually forget that I'm wearing them. I'm very happy with them. I use them when I run in the day when it's sunny. All year round, you need to protect your skin and you need to protect your eyes. Spending a lot of time running outdoors, we need to be careful, so get yourself a pair of sunglasses. They are worth it, I promise. Finally, we're getting into the technical stuff. We are talking about my Garmin, which is the Forerunner 230. I chose this specifically because I wanted a heart rate monitor separately. I did not want the 235 that has the optical heart rate monitor in the back. The reason for that is because I think that the strap is just much more accurate, and for the price of 235, I can still get this one and my heart rate monitor, so I think that that's a better deal. And additionally, because this one does not have the heart rate monitor, which does require battery, of course, this one lasts longer between charges, and I think I charge it maybe every 2 weeks, and that is with using it to track my activities pretty much every single day. So I think that that's very good, and that is the reason why I chose it. Also, it's purple. Like I said, it's my favorite color. It's a quite simple watch in terms of features. However, it does have one feature that I want to mention that I really enjoy, and that is when you're running indoors and it cannot track your distance and speed by GPS, it can track it by your arm swing. So it tracks your cadence based on arm swing, and therefore it very accurately can track your speed and distance. And I must say that I trust my watch over the treadmill. So if I'm going for, say, 10 kilometers at a certain pace, I don't necessarily pay attention to what the treadmill says. I pay attention to my watch still, and I have found it to be very accurate. So that is one very big bonus point for me with this watch. So the heart rate strap looks like this. It is a very simple, basic Garmin heart rate strap. It goes around my chest. I put it under my sports bra. It's a little bit big for me still, but it doesn't matter because it kind of has to be under the sports bra. And it tracks my heart rate when I run, so I can see it on my watch while I run. And I also transfer the data from my watch to Garmin Connect on my phone, and that's where I also can see my cadence and my speed and everything else that I love to look at because I'm a nerd, and I think it's very interesting. Now we're moving into the more serious stuff. We have a foam roller. I love this and I hate this. When I first got it, I hated it. I just hated it. It was painful. It was hard. If you didn't know, foam rolling is hard work. Like, it's a good workout to foam roll, and I hated it because this one is quite painful. And I've realized since I bought it that I actually bought a very extreme one. Like the ones in the gym, they are just not working for me now because I'm so used to this one. It's very hard. And I use this to roll out mostly my IT bands because that's where I have mostly problems. I have tight IT bands that lead to knee pain, so I need to stay on top of that. And this one does a pretty good job. Get yourself a foam roller. You'll need it. Once you start to get like into the tough workouts and the long runs and you have a lot of fatigue and you're tight and you feel like you're constantly every day recovering from something, you're gonna need this. I promise you're gonna need it and you're gonna love it. You're gonna come to love it at some point. I think that's all. This one, my favorite gear. I don't know if I've really introduced you to my dog before. Her name is Madison. She is a Maltese. She's 5 years old. She was the most expensive gear I got out of all of these things. But I love her so much. She is my entire world. And that is all, guys. We have made it through my pile of running gear. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you saw something that you are interested in getting for yourself. I will try to link everything in the description bar below. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it because it really supports my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed yet. And sorry, my leg is itching. I have several different videos coming up, including what I eat in a day, half marathon training edition. I also have a recovery video coming up, and I have vlogs coming up that are not running related. So if you're not interested in running, stick around because we're gonna have a lot of fun on this channel. I have linked my most recent vlog in the corner and also down in the description below. Go check that out if you are not interested in running, because that video has nothing to do with running whatsoever, and I want you to see it because it really shows a different side of me. I am all about that life with balance. I'm not gonna give up any fun because I'm gonna run or in reverse. Like, I want to have it all. So until next time, bye.